नाराए रिसालत या रसूल अल्लाह, नाराए रिसालत या रसूल अल्लाह, नाराए हैदरी नाराए हैदरी हुसैनिया जिंदाबाद, हुसैनिया जिंदाबाद, यजीदियत मुर्दाबाद, यजीदियत मुर्दाबाद, दुश्मनाने अहले बैत पे लानत, बीबी ज़हरा के कातिलों पे लानत,
اللهم صل على محمد رحم الله من يقرأ الفاتحة. بسم الله بسم الله بسم الله. صلى الله وسلم عليك يا رسول الله وعلى أهل بيتك المعصومين المنتجبين. يا ليتنا كنا فنفوز فوزا عظيما. السلام عليك يا فاطمة الزهراء، السلام عليك يا بنت رسول الله، السلام عليك يا مظلومة، ورحمة الله وبركاته. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان اللعين الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. قل اللهم فاطر السماوات والأرض عالم الغيب والشهادة أنت تحكم بين عبادك فيما كانوا فيه يختلفون. آمنا بالله صدق الله العلي العظيم. صلوات اللهم صل على محمد. For the love of the Lady of Lights, with the loudest of our voices, صلوا على محمد وآل محمد. اللهم صل على محمد. For the purification of our hearts and hastening of the reappearance of our beloved the 12th Imam, with the loudest of our voices, صلوا على محمد وآل محمد. Once again, mu'mineen and mu'minat, we thank Almighty Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala for gracing us with this wonderful moment in these nights of Fatimiyya to continue seeking the understanding of our faith through those beautiful teachings of our beloved prophets and Ahlul Bayt. Last night, my dear brothers and sisters, we looked at Fatima Zahra as the part of our beloved prophets. And we examined that beautiful tradition of our beloved prophets, highlighting the profound estate of this great lady, great personality, this great role model that we all have. The verse I've just quoted, Mu'mineen and Mu'minat, is Quran 39, verse 46, Surah Al-Zumar.
MashaAllah. Allah
Tabaraka wa Ta'ala in this verse says, قُلِ اللَّهُمَّ فَاطِرَ السَّمَاوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضِ. Say indeed, Allah is the creator. Just consider the creator for now until we get to the main discussions. Allah is the creator of the heaven and the earth. Alim al-ghaybi wa shahada. Is no doubt the knower of the seen and the witness, or the unseen. أنت تحكم بين عبادك فيما كانوا فيه يختلفون. You are no doubt the one who decides amongst his servants on what they used to differ. Now, departing from this beautiful verse, continue with the theme of our discussions. Tonight's topic will be to look at Fatima Zahra alayha salam, salawat, as the mountain of steadfastness. And the examination of tonight will be of the following stages. The first stage, we'll look at the relationship between the content of this verse which I've just quoted, Quran 39, verse 46. The relationship between this verse and Sayyidah Fatima alayha salam. And then the second stage of our examination will focus on looking at the meanings of that beautiful title, Ummu Abiha. And then the last stage of our examination, as usual, we'll share some practical tips with our dear brothers and sisters from the life of this great personality as a takeaway from tonight's discourse. So kindly pay attention, brothers and sisters, as usual. First stage of the examination, looking at the relationship between the verse I quoted earlier on and the personality of the Lady of Light. Now, to appreciate the relationship between Sayyida alayha salam and this beautiful ayah, we need to look at two things. Number one is to look at the stages of the existence of earth and heaven. And then number two is then to look at the connection between the stages of the existence of earth and heaven and Ahlul Bayt alayhi wassalam. Then it will be very clear as to what is the main relationship or connection between this verse and the personality of our beloved Fatima Zahra salamullahi alayha. Those of us who are familiar with the verses of the Holy Quran, when you go to the glorious Quran and look for verses discussing the creation of the earth and heaven, you will no doubt come across 4 groups of verses. Each one of these groups highlighting a particular stage to the existence of the earth and heaven. So first, let us look at the groups, and then we'll take each one of these groups. The first ayah, my dear brothers and sisters, is Quran 2, verse 117, Surah Al-Baqarah. Allah Tabarak wa Ta'ala says, Badi'u samawati wal ard. فَإِذَا قَضَى أَمْرًا فَإِنَّمَا يَقُولُ لَهُ كُنْ فَيَكُونُ. My point of interest is the first word. Badi'u samawati wal ard. Direct translation, the originator of the heaven and earth, or the initiator of the heaven and earth. So take note of the ayah. The second ayah is also a very powerful ayah, but highlighting on another stage when it comes to the existence of earth and heaven. Allah beautifully in Surah Al-Hadid, the iron, verse number 4, says, هو الذي خلق السماوات والأرض في ستة أيام. He is the one who created the heavens and the earth. In how many days? 6 days. We'll come to that, inshallah. The third group is the verse I quoted earlier on. 39:46 Surah Al-Zumar. قل اللهم فاطر السماوات والأرض. Say, Allah our Lord, He is the creator of the heaven and earth. So just pay attention. First one, Badi'. Second one, Khaliq, هو الذي خلق السماوات والأرض. And third one, فاطر السماوات والأرض. Now let's go to the last one. It's the fourth group. Allahu Nuru Samawati wal Ard. Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala is the light of the heavens and the earth. Nur chapter, Surah An-Nur, verse 35. وَفَلَ نُورِهِ كَمِشْكَاتٍ فِيهَا مِصْبَاحٌ. We'll look at the rest of the ayah later, inshallah. Allah is the light of the heavens and the earth. So we have how many groups of verses? 4. Each one of these groups, I repeat, highlighted on one stage to the existence of the earth and heaven. Now let's look at the group one after the other to appreciate the power and the magnanimity of the creation of Almighty Allah Tabarak wa Ta'ala. And thereafter we will then appreciate the personality and the blessings of Ahlul Bayt in our lives. First stage, they call it Marhalatul Ibtida'. Because the ayah says, Badi'us Samawati wal Ard. So Badi', so Ibtida' with the ayn at the end. What is Ibtida'? That's the first stage, the stage of initiation, the stage of originating. Meaning what? Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala initiated this world without pre-examples. Some of us here are carpenters. Some of us here, we are preachers. I sit here, I preach. Some of us here are authors. Some of us here are accountants. Each and every one of us here has his own unique potential given by Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala. Whatever I am going to do, whatever I'm going to say is not something new. It is taking cue from those who came before me or those who are better than me. If you come to build this, you are not the initiator of it in a true sense, really. You take an example from someone else. Yes, you may be unique in the way you do it, but as I mentioned the other day, none is indispensable. Only and only Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala. So the first stage is Marhalatul Ibtida'. Allah initiated without pre-example. And that is why, if you are familiar with the powerful sermon of the Lady of Light, Fatimah al-Zahra, Salamullahi alayha, Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad. Right from the beginning, she highlighted on this. ابتدع الأشياء لا من شيء كان قبلها. Said Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala initiated everything without anything before it. He is not saying He initiated it from a state of non-existence. No, not from Adam. He initiated it from something. What is that something? That something is Allah, and Allah is that something. So first stage to the existence of the earth and heaven is the stage of initiation. Now let's go to the second stage. Kindly I beg you pay attention, brothers and sisters. Second stage is Marhalatul Khilqa. هو الذي خلق السماوات والأرض. So here my point of interest is that khilqa. He is the one who created the heavens and the earth. Now what is this khilqa? Is it just creation? No. He is talking of completely unique stage to the existence of heaven and earth. What is that stage? It's marhalatul takdir. Khilqa huna here, it means takdir. Quran, this is Quran, Surah Al-Qamar, verse 49. Inna kulla shay'in khalaqnahu biqadar. You got the right translation that everything we created by predestination. Of course, there are different connotations. Another connotation, qadar means what? Giving something shape and measurement. So second stage to the existence of the heaven and earth is what? Is giving it shape and measurement. Hence, heaven and earth are limited by time and are limited by space. But beginning, everything is in the Dhat of Allah. Rahman, Rahim, Ra'uf, the same. But they're moving forward. Is now that marhalatul takdir, whereby Allah now has given heaven and earth shapes. That's number 2. Let's go number 3, which is more interesting. It's marhalatul fitr. قل اللهم فاطر السماوات والأرض. Say Allah is the Fatir. I'm using that so that I'm able to explain it properly. Is the Fatir of the heavens and the earth. Remember, ibtida. 2, khilqa, takdir. Number 3, ahsantum, jazakallah khair. What is Fatir? Fatir, my dear brothers and sisters, is that now Allah Tabarak wa Ta'ala at this stage made the heaven and earth the main source that everything emanates from. He made it the asl. He made it the root that everything emanates from. That is Fatir. Even a famous tradition, isn't it? كل مولود يولد على الفطرة. Some said ala fitra, depending really. Every person who comes to this world, a newborn baby, comes with what? Fitra. What's that? I mean, asl. What is that asl? Tawheed. So fitra here, قل اللهم فاطر السماوات والأرض. Meaning, Allah now, at this level, you make the earth and the heaven the asl that everything comes from. But another ayah, فَأَقِمْ وَجْهَكَ لِلدِّينِ حَنِيفًا فِطْرَةَ اللَّهِ الَّتِي فَطَرَ النَّاسَ عَلَيْهَا. It's the same thing talking about كُلُّ مَوْلُودٍ يُولَدُ عَلَى الْفِطْرَةِ. Each one of us potentially you are divine, you are godly. That's why we are told in a beautiful tradition, prophets of God did not come to prove to you God is there. No. They came to say to us, remove rashness from your heart. You will see God in everything. Because the fitrah, we are all born with godly, with tawheed. So potentially, everyone is, but that's why you cannot write someone off until the 11th hour, until the end of the journey. So that is marhalatul fitrah. The last stage to the existence of the earth and heaven, they call it marhalatul zuhur, marhalatul nur. Allahu nuru samawati wal ard. Allah is the light of the heavens and the earth. Here is highlighting on this one, that stage of manifestation, where Allah Tabarak wa Ta'ala manifests. Here, I draw your attention to something very important to appreciate this stage. You see, Allah has His own ways of showing Himself to His servants. I cannot see Allah, you cannot see Allah. Now I will be able to see Allah. Because Allah is not a matter that has weight and occupies a space. So Allah is everywhere. But He has His own way of showing Himself to His servants. There are different terminologies mystics use, scholars use. But I want to use the word tajalli here. Zuhur is another one. Madhar ilahi, tajalli ilahi. There are some other ones. Tajalli means manifestation. Now there are two major types of manifestation on how Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala shows Himself to His servant. If you take it into Aqa'id theology, they've got their own way. They said Allah shows Himself to us through either attribute of beauty or attribute of glory. But here come deeper into mysticism. Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala shows Himself either through tajalli amr or amri or tajalli khalqi. What is tajalli amri? It's within kun fayakun. Allah showed Himself to the entire world. How? Through the light of our beloved Prophet Muhammad. That's why they call it tajalli amri. It's amr. The tradition we looked at last night. Allah created my light and that of Ali. And it's true. Even the light of Fatima was created before the creation of heaven and earth. We have our tradition, which we believe in it. So this tajalli amri is what? Like mystics will say in Hadith al-Qudsi, Allah says, Kuntu kanzan makhfiyan lam u'raf. I was a hidden treasure. I was not known. This is what? Maqam al-Dhat. There are different maqamat when it comes to, you have what they call Qaws al-Su'udi and Qaws al-Nuzuli. Ascending arrow and descending arrow. We've all descended from Allah and now we are slowly ascending to Allah. All of us here, we are not of the same level when it comes to our spirituality. There are people here, the moment they hear the name Zahra, they start shaking. There are people, they will see the entire majlis, they will not shake maybe until they reach home. There are people even home, they will not shake until sometimes they think of it. We are of different level of wilayah and of different level of love for Allah and Ahlul Bayt.
مظهر العجاب والقرآن والأنتر صلوات.
So we are of different level. As they said, خُدُورُهُ بِالْإِطْلَاقِ وَدُونَهُ بِالْإِطْلَاقِ. That the day you become a mature person, Balik, Allah comes to you in full. You want to take Allah 1% is up to you really. You want to take Him 10% is up to you. There are those who took Him 100% and they became infallibles. It depends really on how I and you take Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala. Hence Quran makes it very clear. Ya ayyuhal insan innaka kadihun ila rabbika kadhan famulaqi. Oh insan, you are forever toiling towards your Lord and you will eventually meet Him. But meeting Him, the way you meet Him, the nature of it depends on you really. Because Quran says, لَتَرْكَبُنَّ طَبَقًا عَنْ طَبَقٍ. We're going to climb different ladders. So therefore, Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala first, He showed Himself because that maqam al-Dhat. كُنْتُ كَنْزًا مَخْفِيًّا لَمْ أُعْرَفْ. This maqam al-Dhat, sifatuhu mundak. All the attributes, there is no Rahman, there is no Rahim. Everything is Allah and Allah is everything. This Rahman Rahim is just for I and you really to understand a bit of the existence of Allah. But otherwise, Allah is Allah. Yes, Allah helps us to understand. He said, قُلِ دُعُوا اللَّهَ أَوِ دُعُوا الرَّحْمَنَ أَيًّا مَا تَدْعُوا فَلَهُ الْأَسْمَاءُ الْحُسْنَى. If you say Allah, cool, it's excellent, that's His name. But if you want to say Ar-Rahman is also good. But Allah is Ar-Rahman and Ar-Rahman is Allah. So first tajalli is tajalli amri. So Allah now from sifatu that فَأَحْبَبْتُ أَنْ أُعْرَفْ. Then I wanted to be known. I wasn't known. But I wanted the world to know me. Why? Of because of Allah's love for insan. Allah loves us so much. Why do you give birth to children? Why people, when they don't have children, they get worked up sometimes? Because of love. So Allah said, I wanted to be known. When he wanted to be known, what did he do? The first thing he created is the nur of Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. And Allah created everything from that nur. For example, you look at traditions, you have so many traditions. One tradition says, أَوَّلُ مَا خَلَقَ اللَّهُ نُورِي. Prophet. The first thing Allah created my light. But the other tradition says, أَوَّلُ مَا خَلَقَ اللَّهُ الْمَاءُ. The first thing created by Allah is water. Remember this. Another tradition says, no, أَوَّلُ مَا خَلَقَ اللَّهُ الْقَلَمُ. The first thing created by Allah is pen. No, one tradition says, أَوَّلُ مَا خَلَقَ اللَّهُ الْجَوْهَرُ. The first thing created by Allah is a jewel. Which is which? All this refers to Prophet Muhammad. And if you go to Quran, you come across this. You have different prophets. They'll say, وَأَنَا مِنَ الْمُسْلِمِينَ وَأَنَا مِنَ الْمُسْلِمِينَ أَسْلَمْتُ لِلَّهِ رَبِّ الْعَالَمِينَ. But when it comes to Prophet, he said, وَأَنَا أَوَّلُ الْمُسْلِمِينَ. So that is what we call Tajalli Amay. Allah shows himself to us through the light of Muhammad and Ali. The other manifestation, Tajalli Khalqi. Meaning what? Allah filled in the entire heaven and earth with his signs. So through all those signs, you are able to see Allah. It's beautiful. How chapter Anbiya tells us, Allah Tabarak wa Ta'ala, wherever you look at it, it is the sign of Allah Tabarak wa Ta'ala. And that's why Amirul Mu'minin tells us, Ala wa fi kulli shay'in aya tadullu ala annahu mawjud. Allah is Allah, you know Arabic is idrakul intiqal. It's like you sleep, you wake up from sleeping. وَفِي كُلِّ شَيْءٍ آيَةٍ. In each and everything there is a sign. Which sign? Indicating that God exists. You just have to activate your basira. Don't worry about this basira. Activate the basira. When you activate the basira, you will see Allah in everything. So, marhalatul zuhur, that last stage, when it comes to the existence of the earth and heaven, is the stage of manifestation, whereby Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala manifests himself to us through what he placed in heavens and earth. Now let's look at the connection between these stages and Ahlul Bayt. It's very simple. Every true lover of Ahlul Bayt will appreciate this. The first stage of the examination, we said, what's the connection between the content of this ayah and the personality of the Lady of Light? There are how many stages? How many stages? 4. First stage, we said marhalatul ibtida, the stage of initiation, isn't it? This stage is connected with the light of Prophet Muhammad. How? You see, Allah is called Mahmud. What is Mahmud? Who can tell what the meaning of Mahmud? Huh?
The one who is praised.
Praiseworthy. It's from Hamd. Isn't it? Why is Allah praiseworthy? Because he initiated. And from this Mahmud, he gave the name Muhammad. So the first thing to the existence of the heaven and earth is related to our beloved Prophet. Because Allah is Mahmud and he is Muhammad. Look at the second stage. It's something you can explore more when you have time. Second stage, we say It's which stage? Stage of khilaqa. Khilaqat. Khaliqiyya. هو الذي خلق السماوات والأرض. But we say this stage, Khaliqiyya is what? Takdiriyya. Allah gives everything shape. What is to give something to shape? Is tadbir. You know what is tadbir? In Urdu you say tadbir also. To manage something. Who managed the world on behalf of God? Wilaya.
صدر العلا نور الهدى كاف الورى نار حيدري.
Imam is about tadbir. That's why we believe we have wilayat al-taqwiyya and wilayat al-tashri'iyya. Some may not believe it, that's another topic of this. And if Isa had wilayat al-taqwiyya, why not Ali? Isa is dead. That's wilayat al-taqwiyya. So I believe Ahlul Bayt, they have these two wilayah through divine decree. Hence Isa also said, Bi-idhnillah. So Ahlul Bayt also, Bi-idhnillah. So this second stage is connected with who? Amirul Mu'mineen. So that takdeer, that marhala, that stage, is the stage of wilayah, the stage of Imam Ali. So Imam Ali is connected with the takdeer of Allah. Oh, we have tradition, but authentic tradition from Ahlul Bayt. On the night of Qadr, all your names are shown to Imam al-Zaman. It goes to the Imam of the time before it goes to Allah. That is the power Allah has given Ahlul Bayt. Don't undermine your love for Ahlul Bayt, Habibi. Don't! This is the most precious thing you can be proud of in your life. The moment you lose this, you've lost everything. Hold on to Ahlul Bayt in the true sense of holding on to them. They are so powerful, and that power is given by Allah. Bina bada Allah. Allah began with us, and Allah will end with us. That's marhalat al-takbir. Now look at the third one. Fitra. قل اللهم فاطر السماوات والأرض. We said this fitra is what? Allah made heaven and earth the source. And everything comes from the heaven and earth. It is connected with Fatima al-Zahra. No, you see, you go further. Allah is Fatima. And then He gave you the name Fatima. And look at the Hadith al-Qudsi. لولاك لما خلقت الأفلاق ولولا علي لما خلقتك ولولا فاطمة. If it wasn't of you, Ya Rasulullah, I wouldn't have created the heaven and the earth. لما خلقت الأفلاق. But he said ولولا علي لما خلقتك. Somebody get worked up. Why? I said this is simple to understand. أنا مدينة العلم وعلي. You go to Prophet, it's impossible to go to him without going through Imam Ali. Ali is the door to Prophet. So ولولا علي لما خلقتك منه. We got to know Prophet in a true sense of knowing him through Ali. Ali is the miracle of prophets. If you appreciate Ali, then wallah you will appreciate Prophet Muhammad. It's the miracle of the Prophet Imam Ali. I mean, if you have a student who is excelling in whatever you taught him, everybody say, MashaAllah, look at the student, MashaAllah. Wow, he said what? My teacher is Muhammad. He is my teacher. Allamani Rasulullah al-Fabalin. Rasulullah taught me 1,000 doors of knowledge, isn't it? Each one of these doors opening another 1,000 doors of knowledge. So وَلَوْلَا عَلِي لَمَا خَلَقْتُ. But this is my line. وَلَوْلَا فَاطِمَةَ لَمَا خَلَقْتُكُمَا. If it wasn't of Fatima, Ali, Muhammad, I was not going to create you. So Fatima is the source. Fatir samawati wal ard, heaven and earth source, everything comes from Ahlul Bayt. The main source is Fatima, and all came from Fatima. So that's the connection. Look at the last one, Marhalatul Zuhur, the stage of manifestation. What is this Marhalatul Zuhur? It's Marhalatul Ihsani wal Hasan or Husn. It is the marhala where Allah shows His generosity, where Allah shows His love. You are Hassan and he is Muhsin. You are Hussein and he is Kadimul Ihsan. So the zuhur of Allah's blessings is through Hassanain. And that is why the tawassul we make. Allahumma inni as'aluka bi Muhammadin wa antal Mahmud wa bi Aliyin wa antal. You have to say it, you know it, isn't it? Then you get the reward also. Wa bi Fatima wa anta samawati wal ard. Ahsantum. Wa bil Hasan wa anta wa bil Husayn kareem wa ihsan. Ahsantum. Adam recited this tawassul, and Allah made it easy for Adam. So the first stage, this ayah 39:46, has a powerful relationship with Ahlul Bayt and Fatima al-Zahra. We believe it is because of the blessings of Muhammad wa Muhammad, we are enjoying the blessings of this world.
كل إيمان كل قرآن حق دائما نار حيدري.
Let's go to the last stage of this.
इस्लाम के माहौल में ईमान का घर है, मोमिन की मुनाफिक की ये पहचान। कुछ लोग मरे जाते थे, इसी रंजो अलम में इस घर का दरवाजा जो खुलता है मस्जिद के साथ में। नारे हैदरी।
Look at the second stage of examination. After this first stage, it should be very clear. Sayyida alayhi salam has so many titles. Kindly look at this title, Abiha. I'm sure this is not the first time we heard it. 1,000 times we heard it. But as I said, these titles have different dimensions. One of the titles is Zakiya, you know. Radiya, Mardiya, Tahira, Siddiqa, Batul. Another one is what? Abiyah. It's very powerful. You know why it's very powerful? It highlights at least I'm seeing 3 main relationships between Sayyidah Fatima and our beloved prophets. 3 main at least. Otherwise, if you explore, you're able to come across so many relationships that this title, Abiha, is highlighting. The mother of her father. So can you allow me, let me share these 3 relationships and we're done, inshallah. First one is Alaka Atifiyya. It shows deep emotional relationship with the prophets. You know what is emotions, brothers and sisters? So you say you have the akal, isn't it? Akal, you analyze, it analyzes things. You know? Emotion doesn't come there, emotions come from here, isn't it? There must be collaboration between akal and emotions, otherwise you will not succeed in life. You not. If you want to go only akal, philosophy, it will work out. How many of us sitting here, I always give this example. We all believe namaz is sharp, is powerful. But how many wake up? Because we are not connected with it emotionally. You have to connect with something emotionally and intellectually. Sometimes some people look at us, they say, why are you crying too much? Why are you wearing black? I said, because you are connected emotionally. So we have to connect it emotionally and intellectually. Now the Holy Prophet, when he said, Fatima to Ummu Abiha, number one, on the first level, is highlighting that there is a deep emotional connection between myself and Fatima, and this is inseparable. It cannot be separated. That is why the wife of the Prophet Aisha, when she was asked, who amongst the women Prophet loved the most, without any hesitation, she said Fatima. And she said, Fatima, when you look at Fatima, look at the Holy Prophet, in the way they walk is the same. The way they talk is the same. Even the way they would sit is the same. And that is why he would stand up. When Fatima alayhi salam would be coming in, he would usher her in and would ensure to give his place to Fatima. Narration tells us, isn't it? One day Aisha saw the Holy Prophet hugging and kissing Fatima. That emotional relationship. Hugging and kissing Fatima. But Aisha said, why are you hugging and kissing her? She's a lady, she's a female. And he said, إِنَّهَا مِنْ ثَمَرَةِ الْجَنَّةِ. Because Fatima is from the fruit of Jannah. Why? Because when I was taken, you know, we mentioned the first night, when I was taken to the seventh heaven, of course, what happened? You know what happened? Jibreel then came down, he gave that fruit to the Holy Prophet, and Prophet ate. And that's as a result of that, Fatima. So he said, whenever I crave the fragrance of heaven, I smell the body of Fatima. He fasted. We discussed it the other night. So that's emotional relationship. That is why it wasn't easy for the Lady of Light to bear the passing away of our beloved Prophet. It was very difficult. ماذا على من شم تربة أحمد الله يشم على الزمان غواليا صبت علي المصائب لو أنها صبت على الأيام سرنا أو عدنا ليالي. That's that powerful connection. She knew no one but the Holy Prophets. It's like the relationship between Imam Zayn al-Abidin and Abu Abdullah. Because Abu Abdullah lost his mom when he was very young, Sharbanu. The only one he knew in his life was Abu Abdullah. Hence he had to cry and lament for 20 years. Some don't get it. That's emotional relationship. Ummu Abiha, simply this one. I am emotionally attached to Fatima. You want to think of me and you ignore Fatima, you've lost it right from the beginning. But look at the second meaning, very fascinating one. Fatima to Ummu Abiha. Fatima is the mother of her father. You know here, what is it? It indicates to an existential relationship. Because the alaka wujudiyya. Now here, just pay attention to what I'm going to say. If you look at everything, I mean, let's focus on inside. Your existence or my existence, or example of anyone, Prophet, Ahlul Bayt. There are two dimensions to the existence of each and every one of us. These dimensions we call masdar, roots, sources. What is the first one? We call it masdar huduthi. The other one, masdaru baqa'i. Let me take one of you, give an example, then we come to Prophet. So I take you, my brother. There's a source for your existence. We call it masdar huduthi, the inception, the beginning. Who is that source? Your mom, your mother, or your father. That's the source. That's crucial. But there's another one which is more important than this one. What will ensure your good name remain in this world? They call it Masdaru Baqai. You may be Muhammad, Ali, MashaAllah, but when you die, will your good name continue or not? You're not sure. There's no guarantee. There's no guarantee your son will continue your good name or your daughter. There's no guarantee. So you have to do something to ensure that even if you are no more in this world, you transcend this world. That's Masdar Baqai. The Holy Prophet has Masdar Huduthi and Masdar Baqai. What is Masdar Huduthi of Prophet? Aminatu bint Wahab and Abdullah, the father. They gave birth to him. That's it. But what guaranteed the continuation of the mission and the lineage of prophets? Allah Fatima is Masdar Baqai li Rasulillah. Lawla Fatima, if it wasn't of Fatima, the lineage of the Prophet is gone. But people looked at Prophet and said, Anta Abtar. Allah looked at them and said, Inna shani'aka huwa al-abtar. Why? Because Inna a'atwaynaka al-kawthar. Why she's Kawthar? Because Fatima is Masdar Baqai li wujud Rasul al-Akram. That's it. Prophet married more than one woman. Yes, two. But only two of them are blessed children. The other one, of course, Maria, the son died. Fatima. Through Fatima, what happened, Habibi? Hassan came. Through Fatima, Hussein. And all Imams are from Hussein. And because of all the lineage of the Sayyid, here, we have Sayyid, we have our Sayyid Maulana Murabbi. So all lineage is through the Barakat of Fatima Zahra. She ensured that it continued. So therefore, when he said Fatima to Ummu Abiha, meaning Fatima, she's my Masdar Baqai. So I and you, we need to work hard. Who is going to be our Masdar Baqai in our lives? Now let's look at the last one. The last relationship. This tradition indicates, or this title rather indicates, Fatima to Ummu Abiha. It indicates Alaka Nuriya. It's illuminous or illuminating relationship. It's a light. This you should know. You know, Fatima, she's Khalqat Wasl. بين نور النبوة ونور الإمامة. That's it. When he said Ummu Abiha, meaning what? This my beloved daughter, she brought two lights together. The light of Nubuwah and the light of Imamah. So it's a big thing. Because Amirul Mu'mineen, Imamah, the Holy Prophet, Nubuwah, who brought them together? Fatima. It's very powerful. This title is not just she played mother's role. That's true. As young as she was, she played mother's role. I agree. But this is something way higher than just mother's role. And today we are all here benefiting from the blessings of Fatima Zahra. In conclusion, my dear brothers and sisters, practical tips as usual, simple lessons, something to take away from her life. You know, these incidents or these events, but it's important we mention, we take something away. Chapter Insan, you know, verse 9. She fed Fatima, her children, the spirit of sacrifice. Ruh Tadhiya. Spirit of sacrifice. Yufuna bin Nadri.
وثيقة الطائرة بضعة طه وياسين ولن صلوات.
يوفون بالنذر ويخافون يوما كان شره مستطيرا ويطعمون الطعام على حبه مسكينا ويتيما وإثما إنما نطعمكم لا نريد منكم جزاء. What we learn is a practical lesson, really. We need to instill these values in our children. The value of love for giving. The value of love for sacrifice. It's so important. That's one lesson. Another lesson, really, I would like to draw your attention to, which you know very well. If you analyze a khutbatul fadaqiyya, there are so many powerful lines on standing for justice, regardless of your circumstance. Anna zahzahuha, an rawasi al-risala, wa kawa'id al-nubuwa wa dilala. Look at Fatima alayhi salatu wassalam. He said, how is it possible that they've moved everything from the risala? They've changed it completely. They've moved everything from the principle of nubuwa. Fatima said they moved everything. And towards the end, what did she say? She said, وَاتِّبْنِي بِأُمُورِ الدُّنْيَا وَالدِّينِ. And now, they are rejoicing and chilling and playing with the affairs of this deen. With what? With dunya. Hamasa. Fatima was very powerful. You have to stand for justice, brothers and sisters. You have to stand for justice. She went to the mosque and said, are you entitled to inherit your father in Quran? And I, Fatima, is not entitled to inherit my father in the same Quran. We need to learn from this great lady. But go out there, make a difference. Go out there and play your part to make the world the way it should be. And justice begins with all of us. And that is why Fatima alayhi salam, before she left this world, that's why Khadija alayhi salam, before she left this world, she'd have that intimate conversation with Fatima al-Zahra. She would say to Fatima, can you request your father to bury me with these clothes that he used to wear when receiving wahi? And that is why Khadija al-Kubra would look at Ayman, and she would say to Ayman, oh Ayman, do you know the reason for my tears? Ayman said, no. Said, I'm not crying because I'm dying. I'm not crying because we are eating grass at Shabi Abi Talib. Ayman, I am crying because of Fatima al-Zahra. Ayman asked Khadija, why are you crying because of Fatima? She said, because it is the wish of every mother to be around when a daughter gets married. But I will not be there for the marriage of my beloved daughter. But she said, Ayman, is not even just not being there. It is the wish of every mother to give something to her daughter on the day of her marriage. But I said, Mu'mineen and Mu'minat, let us take our hearts to the holy city of Medina. You know, Arbab al-Makatil narrates towards the last days and night of the life of Fatima al-Zahra alayha salam. They narrate, كانت كالشبه. Fatima, excuse my word, brothers and sisters, she was like a snake, very slim. She became very thin. Why? Because of the attack on Fatima. Now she said, ناحلة الجسم منعدة الركن باكية العين مخترقة الوجه أو مخترقة القلب, according to one version. That Fatima, she became thin. Not only that, tears overflowing from the eyes of Fatima. Fatima became broken heart. They asked Fatima, are you ill? She said, no, it is because of the oppression on Abul Hassan. Fatima would then go to the grave of the Holy Prophet. She would sit there and lament and call out, Ya Abati, Bakitu ba'daka wahidan farida. Oh my beloved father, I am alone and alone after you. She will call, Ya Rabb, Ajil wafati. Oh Allah, hasten me to join my father. Now I said, Mu'mineen and Mu'minat, take your hearts to the holy city of Medina. You know, the Holy Prophet, for 6 months, he will go and knock at the door of Fatima and will ask for permission, can I enter? Fatima would say, Baba, you don't need any permission to enter my house. You know why? Because Prophet knew someone would go to the house, someone would stand behind the door, and he would push the door on Fatima without asking for any permission. You know, the enemy's narration tells us, for the first time, they visited the house of Amir al-Mu'mineen with the aim of attacking. But they couldn't manage. They went for the second time. When they got there for the second time, they set fire around. When they set fire, the fire engulfed the entire area. The smoke began to enter the house of Fatima. The smoke began to affect those in the house. Fatima then came to the door. She stood behind the door. She called out, who are you and what are you looking for? While Fatima was talking, they began to bend the door. They then pushed the door on Fatima. But you know, when they pushed the door on Fatima, the nail on the door pierced the lungs of Fatima. Not only that, it broke the ribs of Fatima. But at this point, this is read from the Sunni traditions, by the way. At this point, especially Ibn Qutayba, Ta'ir Khulafa for Ibn Qutayba. At this point, she did not lose Muhsin. But Fatima was on the ground. But what did they do? They also went ahead and slammed the door on Fatima. When they slammed the door on Fatima, this is the moment she lost the Muhsin. They came inside, Amir al-Mu'mineen held them. But Amir remembered Rasulullah told him, Ya Ali, be patient. You know what they did? They then dragged Ali in the house. Allahu Akbar. But Allah, you know what affected Amir al-Mu'mineen a lot? Not just this one. It was afterwards when Imam al-Hasan looked at his father. He said, Father, you know that day when you were in front and I and my brother, we were with our mom, that man slapped my mom. لعنة الله على القوم الظالمين. إنا لله وإنا إليه راجعون. سيعلم الذين ظلموا آل محمد أي منقلب ينقلبون. مقتل الحسين يا حسين.